So this is Matt and Josh, or whatever the fuck it's called. Anyway.
Josh and
I don't know. Rolling. Wow, is that a refreshing water you got there? Tell me about your high quality H2O.
Well, I'm Stop and Shop, okay? Get off my ass about my high quality H2O.
That's pretty terrible.
I know. It is. It's natural spring water.
So, Matt,
Yeah?
tell me why we're here.
Well, we're here to discuss the Killing Joke animated Batman movie.
I want to talk. I've been thinking about you and me. About how this is going to end. About who will end up killing who. Perhaps you'll kill me. Perhaps I'll kill you. You know that, don't you?
Okay, so we saw this movie opening night in the theaters, and I was pretty.
The only day it came out. That's
Well,
it.
the only day I was in theaters, which was I don't know, July 17th.
No, it was the 25th.
I don't know, something. But anyway, it came out, and I was highly anticipating this, so I was like telling my friends, like, "Hey, we gotta see this."
He's been running around.
I-
We need to go see this fucking movie. It's great. It's great. It's gonna be the best thing in the fucking
I
world.
was more excited for this than a lot of
He
things.
says the comics is amazing. I never got to read the comic
No, he sucks.
yet, and like all that crap.
Yeah, I read the comic book.
I had.
Pretty much this movie is okay at best. It's okay.
Yeah. You give it a. I don't know. I'd give it a 6, 7.
The Joker was great. Mark Hamill was great,
Mark
which is
Hamill
what I
was bad.
wanted. And when it opened, the movie opened, they're showing like Mark Hamill and like
Yeah,
how
he's-
he became the Joker and stuff. And then they showed the animated Batman like intro with the lightning behind it, and I was just like, wow, that was great to see it on the big screen. I just kind of like
You kind of shit yourself. a little
instead of
bit.
that, instead of the whole first 30 minutes, what is it with Barbara Gordon?
Oh, the whole chase scene.
with Barbara Gordon's own story that has nothing to do with the Killing Joke. I would have been happy if they just used, you know,
A little bit.
even an episode of Batman animated series, just see the transition, go like, all right, here's the episode, and then boom, here's the Killing Joke. Because right when it starts, the Killing Joke, the actual Killing Joke itself, like
I thought.
it starts right when Batman walks into, you know, Arkham Asylum, and then you're like, okay, here's actually what I came here for. But before that, it's just like
it's like Batgirl.
it's just
It was like a
it's
big-
Batgirl's own movie, and I mean,
No, it was-
I understand they want to make her more of a developed character for people who don't really know like what Batgirl's about, and then
But it was weird though. It was
and like have a more heartthrob like reaction against when she gets actually paralyzed. But you know,
But it was awkward. It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was an awkward fucking thing. It's like she meets this villain that like was stealing shit from
this
his like
weird
mom
guy,
uncle.
and there's,
And like they
there's-
have like a crush between
there's-
each other, sort of.
yeah. there's-
Meanwhile, like she has a thing for Batman.
Before, like when
It was
when he had this whole thing for Batgirl, and like when he like puts this black pillowcase on one of the hookers. Who's
yeah,
doing
he puts
that,
like a black mask.
And I thought I was like really shocked. I was like, oh, "What the hell is this?" Like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is in a movie." And then like further on in the movie, you know, I didn't know what was yet to come, which was
Batman and
Batgirl
Batgirl.
hooking up, which was like, "What the hell is this?" I didn't understand.
That was awkward. I felt like, why am I here? Like that part was just like,
I wish like with
why?
with the Killing Joke, like I understand they want to add more substance to the Killing Joke itself. Like if they should have just had the whole movie about the Joker, just the whole movie just be Joker's point of view, maybe some of Batman's point of view, just a little bit. But it should have started like with the first time Batman and Joker met. If they wanted to add more meat to it, add like when they first met, and then like skip a few years when like he gets Robin for his first time, and like show how like Joker reacts to how like Batman has this this little like kid hanging around with him, and and then like skip a few years, and then and then show when Batgirl comes around, and then then that's when you could have your connection with Batgirl, and then you could show like how Joker pretty much ruins Batman's life and how he kills the second Robin and everything, and just like pretty much like his
Or we could start off with like the Joker's beginning, like how he turned. Instead of doing flashbacks,
That's a whole.
that's really.
Yeah.
I didn't read the comic, so
All right, your opinion's invalid.
fucked up.
That's how it goes. Like, okay, so skip to actual Killing Joke. Killing Joke part of the movie is actually very good. The flashbacks, which makes sense with the movie. Like you like I think it would have made more sense how like if you meet the Joker for the first time with Batman, like when like Joker's Joker, like he does his first crime spree, and Batman's like, what the hell is this? What's this clown? And then you realize towards the end of the movie where his beginnings were with the flashbacks, with the actual Killing Joke itself, and then like I think it would have been a nice like a nice tie together movie instead of like this one half is a totally different movie from the other movie.
Weird. It was just
And then like with the flashbacks, there's like times where like Joker like has a glass or something, and then like in the comic book itself, it like cuts to like his wife's hand is held up, and like a clown's hand is held up, like what he's looking at, and then like it flashes back to the story. And I thought the transitions between they could have done something with the transitions, because like it was just like it just kind of happened. It was just like boom boom like into the flashback. It wasn't like linear, and it would just kind of went into it. You're like, oh, we're in this now, okay. I feel like they did better with transitions in a comic book where there are no transitions in the subject matter whatsoever, because like they're both doing the same like hand gesture, like the wife's doing this, and then like this clown at this in this one of the circus like shows is doing the same thing. And like it would have been cool, that like just like kind of like close in on like the hand, and like just transition, like it sweeps in, and then it comes out, and then like turns out it's a totally different object or subject or something like that. Like maybe someone cheers a crime, and then it zooms in and shows like it zooms out and it shows when he's Jack at the bar, like hating his life.
It's like, why am I here? Bullshit.
So
I know he almost gets killed at the freaking bar because the cops go in and say, your wife's dead.
yeah.
To those guys. I'm like, that's like, okay, no, just bring that up. Just like saying that's like, oh.
So, yeah, it should have showed that I wish it showed like the history of the Joker until like the Killing Joke, and then you understand where his beginnings were from towards the end. So then that's when you sympathize with him. In the beginning, you should just like kind of hate him because he's just a disgusting fiend, and then you figure out what he's about. Yeah. And then at the end, this is what's
fucking weird. Like
this is what's confusing people. Like it's the end. Like Batman is like coming up.
Joker.
Yeah, like he shares that like one joke,
corny joke.
Yeah, well, it's pretty funny.
Oh.
Well, he tells the joke, and then like Batman goes up to his neck, and in the comic book, it like pans down, and they're both laughing, and then like you see just the rain itself, and then like it's only Batman laughing, and that's all you hear. So the book is implying that Batman murdered the Joker, just pretty much strangled him, but you don't get that with the movie, because like I mean, it does pan down, and then Batman's the only one who's laughing, but like it just looks like he's just kind of like patting him on the neck or something, and choking, you don't hear any choking or anything. That's what like that's what's nice about the art of comic books, like because you could like add these sound effects in your own mind's eye and your own brain. You're like, oh wow, that's what happened. But in movies, you have to add those sounds and everything for the audience to like take in and like grasp, but like towards the ending, it just kind of I don't know. It's just kind of like
weird. Like just like what's happened? Like what just happened? Did Batman's laughing, following out all his jokes, or did something happen? Like I don't know. Like, it's just a weird way to end it without knowing. Well, I never read the book, so like I don't like. He's saying like Batman killed like Joker or something like that.
I mean, that's how it could be interpreted. It's like kind of interpreted that way.
From the movie, it's just like they're sharing a laugh. and like they're best friends for some reason. At that point, you know, it's just like ha 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 ha.
I mean, it could be interpreted that way, but I think that's how the writer, wanted it to be. Like, oh, he's dead. Batman. That was Batman's one bad day. Bad moment, and that's what ended it. That's what made Batman snap, was just that dumb joke. It was just that little joke that made Batman snap and just turn evil.
Yeah.
So I give this movie a 7 out of 10.
I'm between the 6 or a 7. So.
The Killing Joke Park is pretty great. It's pretty much beat for beat the same thing. The only thing I wish, like with Commissioner Gordon, I wish they kind of like showed more like kind of his perspective. Like, I mean, they did, but like I wish they showed like him actually like getting thrashed and being like, oh, what you're like you would see like showing the pictures of like his daughter being paralyzed and everything, but you didn't really feel his emotion. You just kind of like going through it, like going through emotions. She's like, oh. I mean, it wasn't like really heart-throbbing.
It was like quick shit too.
Yeah, they should have drew it out a little bit.
Like I remember they go through like a ride. It was like in the ride, the pictures all pop up and shit. But it was so quick when he was going through it.
Exactly.
It wasn't even like okay. You
didn't have time to really witness, like
in.
take in everything that's going on, what he's going through emotionally. Like emotionally, I don't really know what he was going through, like Commissioner Gordon. He was just like, okay, I'm fine. When Batman comes,
then then he's in like that was after court, right? Was that after the court scene or before the court scene? That whole
court scene.
Yeah, they did like a court thing by the book.
Oh,
by the book.
Yeah, that's after that.
Yeah, so like he was fine, like kind of fine. They kind of made him show like he was trembling a little bit, and then they just make this whole court scene like. You have to do it by the book.
Yeah.
That was all about Batman and all that shit.
So, that's the movie. Any final thoughts?
Oh my god.
Kevin Conroy was great.
Yeah, everyone was great.
Mark Hamill was great. Tara Strong, who did Batgirl, she was good. Like, all their performances were spot on. It's just like how they wrote it and like...
how they put it together.
How they presented it,
Yeah.
I just wish it was kind of like Joker's beginnings from beginning to end, So, that's how they should have made the movie. And, I don't have a catchphrase, but here's to Mexico.
Okay, that's a thing. Well, here to natural spring water.
Is this from Mexico? Mm-mm. It's from Italia.
Yeah, you fucked up.
Italia. That's how you say that country, right? Italia?
Italy.
Italia?
Shut up.